Okay, great. So this is part two. Part one is where we got to hear the Brigadier, okay, Bongani Nekalaskininda, use his mouth and say to us, I am not a facial expert. Drop a one in the comment section down below if you caught part one. While you're there, make sure you hit the like button as well and then come back. Let's continue. Let's continue. He also said, and I quote word for word, I do not have that expertise. I'm relying on my eyes. Let me tell you something. Things are brewing. Things are brewing. I see your comments. I see your comments. Somebody said in the comment section, he's probably trying to backslide now because Paula O'Sullivan is in the building. The Untouchables got arrested. So he sees, okay? He sees what's happening. And then you guys also put the comment about Umkwananzi saying, there is a brigadier. There is a brigadier who, there is a brigadier in a murder case. Which brigadier was Umkwananzi referring to? I want to know. Let's continue listening on.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you see, the reason why, Brigadier, I'm asking you, because we are doing a comparison. You were asked by the state to do that comparison. Now I'm following in their footsteps to confirm or distract from the assertion that there's a resemblance between the ID kit and the control photo that is exhibit DDB photo 4. You were made yesterday, and this is the context. You were made yesterday to read a small passage out of context from when I cross-examined Mr. Tumelo Madala, to the effect that I said, and I still stand by that, and I'm going to stand by that, because context is important, and I've said so. When I was cross-examining Tumelo Madala, I said the following. He described that I saw the second suspect, he had an O-type beard, and he had a beard here. He pointed here, right? And when I cross-examined him, and I said, Mr. Ntanzi said he never had that beard. If you look at that passage that you were meant to read yesterday, I said, Mr. Ntanzi said he never had that beard here. Because I didn't know its name back then. Law don't teach us about different types of beards. They teach us about law. So I said he never had that beard, and he never had the O-type. My statement was in the context of the incident of 26 October 2014, when Mr. Robert SENZO MEYIWA was murdered. It was not in the context of 2021, 2020, 2019, 2015. It was within the context of the incident of 26 October. Now the context has been taken out to say, I meant to say, Mr. Ntanzi never had beard, never had the O-type beard his entire life, ever, ever.
That's what the record reads, my lord.
Yeah, just read it again. So
It says, Mr. Ramosepele, these are the proceedings of 8 August 2023, page 13, line 14.
Right.
Now, accused number 2 instructs me that he has never had this beard here. In fact, he does not grow on him, and he has never had an O-shaped beard like you say the second suspect had. And furthermore, that he has always kept the goatee, the one that you see here in court, from as long as he can remember. That's what it says, yes. That he never.
Yes. But it was within the context of the dying of Mr. SENZO MEYIWA. That is the cross-examination. Not in vacuum. Within the context of the 26/10/2014.
Don't know English.
Your
don't know.
spirit is half naked.
You hesitate, Span, and I hesitate. If you hesitate, I go back.
We all once hesitate.
Baloi, baloi, baloi. How many times did I call your name? This is a game of English, or is it a game of chess? I am not sure what these two are up to. So basically what happened, Ramasepele explains using words and pointing to his chin. That is where the problem lies. You see, when you point to the chin, saying here, 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 that is all that is going to be in the record. Because Miss Transcriber over there is not in the courtroom. They don't see what you're pointing. They just hear the recording, you saying here, 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 here. And that's all they're going to do. So Baloyi and gang in the prosecutorially led investigation went ahead and used that to their advantage. I'm going to read the record so you guys hear. After we've heard what Ramasepele explained he was saying, we can see him pointing, but this is the record of the 8th of August 2023. Now, accused number 2 instructs me he has never had this beard here. We don't know what here is because it's not on the record. This is where if you are in Judge Ndim's courtroom, aka Judge Erasmus over there in the Western Cape, he always used to pause and say, the witness is pointing at, I'll give you an example of when accused number 1 started to beat the chair. The judge took his time to explain what he beat the chair with, what color the chair is, the size of the chair, how he beat the chair. He put that all on the record because the record cannot see what accused number 1 did in demonstrating the torture. Does that make sense? So this is the problem that happened here. Baloyi said English is my friend. I am going to use this to our advantage because Ramasepele did not explain it properly on the record. However, Ramasepele works in the legal fraternity. He knows all about transcripts. He should have known to describe that for the record. Now, let's talk about that media channel, the mainstream one, that said Ramasepele is now spinning. What a shame. Shame on you. He wasn't spinning. He was explaining, which he did again, and the record backs up what he says. And then he says he was only speaking in context of the 26th of October 2024, not about 2020, 18, 2020, 20, whatever. Again, lack of completeness in terms of using English to describe precisely what he's saying, because the record is not going to capture what's in your mind and what context you're putting it in. So I think this is some feedback that I would give him, which is pretty constructive. But I understood what he said. I didn't think he's spinning. And not because I'm team defense or team state. I'm simply team justice.
So, my lord, my understanding, two aspects in that regard. My understanding of what the state put to me with regard to this question was to the extent of saying what is my comment, rather to the point that says comparison. I understand this concept to be different because then it is when you need to have skills to do facial comparison, and that's the feel that I'm saying I do not have, my lord. Okay. Yes, insofar as the resemblance, my lord, that's what I spoke about. Then moving to the second aspect, my lord, insofar as what transpired the last part of Mr. Ramasepele, unfortunately, I was not in court, so I only read what was brought to me. I can't take it further than that, my lord.
And also yesterday you pointed at the hoodie in the identity kit and you stated that its color was gray. Did I get you right?
Yes, I'm referring to what I see, my lord. I was referring to that identity kit because one, for me, in my eyes, it looks gray because if one looks at the eyebrows and what is coming out on the side, that is black. So I was referring to what I see. But that, it's not the same when you now go to the description of the hoodie that was given, because if you go to the description of what suspect B was wearing, insofar as Mr. Makaleni is concerned and Exhibit of Mr. Stenkamp, he was wearing a black hoodie. That's the description that is given, that he was wearing a black hoodie. And then you will find also, maybe let me just stop here for now, for the interpreter.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was saying, Malet, now that's because now I'm talking about what I'm seeing and what was described insofar as the second suspect is concerned. So you find that with Mr. Makaleni, but during the course of investigation, that is now in the corroboration aspect, you find in the statement of Mr. Zungu, Constable Zungu, where he says he saw accused number 2 in particular changing from the black hoodie, that is now on the day of the incident at Basutino Hostel, from the black hoodie wearing a grey hoodie. It's contained in his statement where he described, and I'm talking now to the corroboration. But what you see there, in my view, it looks grey. But I'm saying insofar as what was described on the day of the incident is the black hoodie worn by suspect B. Yes, my lord, that's my response.
Brigadier, I'm going to request you to do this. When you answer, don't elaborate by giving reference to what other witnesses said, that you were not present in court, because we're going to go and read what they said and cross you on that, which is irrelevant for this purpose. Just focus on the short, simple answers on what you can describe in relation to the question asked, because now you are saying you collaborated by going to Zungu. Then I'll say, Zungu, we crossed him and this happened. It's going to take us out of our focus here.
No, my lord, I agree. I'll do my best to assist, but I felt that the right context must be put, because remember, my understanding, the question that I'm being referred to insofar as the color of the hoodie, it relates to the identity kit that was given on the 29th of October 2014. Now, if I'm to leave it hanging to say, yes, the hoodie is grey, I'm giving the wrong impression to the court, and I'm here to assist the court, because the hoodie, in terms of the color that was given in 2014, is actually black, and that's why I felt I need to put that context proper, that as much as here, based on what I see, it looks grey, but the actual color that was given then, it's actually black, my lord, contrary to the grey that I see. And I'm saying grey, my lord, because it's an identity kit I think Warrant Officer Steenkamp would have been in a better position whether she regards this as grey or not. This is just according to my observation, and I might be wrong for that extent, my lord.
Thank you, Brigadier. Now let's leave this, Brigadier. I've exhausted it for the purpose for which it was produced yesterday. Let's go to Exhibit DD4B.
But if you're a dirty cop and you're out there, my warning to you is watch this space, because if you're a dirty cop and you're out there, we're coming for you. By the
And so it goes. Was it a grey sweater or was it a black sweater? The Brigadier, knowing that this is a very, very, very tight corner, says, you know what, I'm not a facial expert. And then Ram says, but with the state you were able to answer the question. And he says, no. The state asked me what my comment was. I gave them my comment. You are asking me what my comparison is. And I'm not willing to do that because I am not a facial recognition expert. Okay, that's a play on words. And then Ramasepele then says, okay, no problem. Yesterday, you also pointed out that the hoodie in itself was grey. Did I get that right? Brigadier anticipated this question, so he went ahead and said, yes, I was referring to inside Pagati within the sketch, and that sketch is in black and white, so the eyebrows are black and the things coming out on the side, the dreadlocks, are black, so the sweater, the hoodie is grey. That's the answer based on that. But then I had to put on context, okay, because I like context and I need to contextualize everything. The statement from Makaleni said it was black, so we will stick with the sweater was black, and it is also corroborated by Zungunaiza, the man himself. Okay. Zungunaiza said Mzansi came in a black sweater and then he changed to a grey sweater. My question has always been with that nonsensical statement, why wasn't Mzansi walking around with two sweaters? Why? What was the reason? Let me know in the comment section down below. But do you know what I would be curious of? If Paul O'Sullivan was to question the Brigadier, would he still have these lengthy, long, winding answers? As well as Zungunaiza. How would that go? Keep in mind, both Zungunaiza and the Brigadier have witness protection, police escort and dun. Isn't that a coincidence? Wink wink. But I'm gonna end this video right here, okay? No. How can I do this to Ramasepele after such a brilliant stern warning to the Brigadier? Stop answering my questions and giving me responses that include other witness statements, because, and then he uses the Brigadier's own line, you were not in court. So since you were not in court, you won't be able to know how cross-examination went. So stop referring to them, because now we will go on this off-ramp, and I'm not interested in off-ramp. I need to stay focused, and I see what you're doing. You're trying to distract me. I am Ramasepele. I am not the one to be fooled by you and your lengthy sentences. Did you guys pick that up? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. That is it from me today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. But if you've made it this far in the video and haven't liked the video, I'm judging you. That is it from me. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in my next upload. Bye.